Hi there. I don't schedule my videos and I usually don't make one unless I have something to say, mainly from my experience. Today I thought to myself to open up a brave topic, living issues with MS. But then again, I thought to myself, the living issues that I have come across to don't apply only for the MS patients. I think they apply for everyone, for everybody, with or without a medical condition. MS will bring us medical side effects. We will agree or not with the medication that is given to us. And that very often could make our life a nightmare. I myself, from the previous videos, whoever watched them, encounter severe side effects due to Tecfidera. Some of you will find that they're still facing blurring with other medications, blurring on the eyesight, still spasmic on different sides of your body. Altogether, a hard living. Nausea as well, anxiety, you might get panic attacks, fatigue to a scale high, unreachable by anyone, uncountable. Fatigue, it's dragging our body down. It's very hard for the ones around us to notice it, in the sense to feel what we're on about when we say we are tired. They just woke up, they drink coffee, they go on to their work, to whatever they want to go. It's okay for them. We woke up, half hour later, we're wrecked. We're very tired. Having said that, medical brings a lot of side effects. Multiple sclerosis will change our life forever. We will have mobility problems, eyesight problems, eating problems, breathing problems, heart problems, kidney problems, bowel problems, bladder problems, problems all over. I don't wish for a minute to anyone that fortunately it's not diagnosed with multiple sclerosis to living in my body. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm struggling, but I'm still fighting it, while some of my fellows, the ones that are watching as well, might find themselves in more difficult situations than I. I'm still working. I'm still driving. I send all my heart and all my sympathy to all of you out there that need the biggest hug ever and that cannot do anymore what I, for example, can. Then again, we're facing very big living issues, what I would call it, lately. In the last couple of years, I've seen it around. Maybe I wasn't as aware as I am now that I'm diagnosed with a medical condition. It's respect. It's empathy. It's sympathy. It's compassion. It's understanding. It's a big lack of humanity in the ones around us. Some of you will recognize yourselves facing this actual living issue that maybe you were not as aware before. Before we would have just carried on and maybe not agree with some of the attitude of others, or maybe pass not as many remarks as we do now. Now that it affects us, somehow it becomes a main living issue. At times the way we get used with having multiple sclerosis, we get used with our condition. We are aware of the fact that our symptoms change and sometimes get worse. We know all that already, and we have to carry this already, and we try to reach out to each other, to encourage each other. And that's hard enough. It's kind of having enough on our plate. On top of that, we have to face living issues, and we have to face society issues. I have said that to my own child, and I've said that to the very few people that surround me. If family does not, above all and first of all, love you, respect you, forgive you, understand you, support you, then how does family expect you to be respected and understood by society? Yeah, when we get out the door, when we have to face work shifts, when we have to face people as basic as that, going to a commercial center. There will be somebody that will say, sure, walk faster, or can you move if you're using a cane? And it's very hard to just move. They don't know because they don't have multiple sclerosis, for example, in our case. Or using the disabled parking slot. I can tell you from my experience. In Ireland, they give you a disabled access parking slot card. You'll have to display that on the windscreen of your car, and then your access is granted. And not on only one occasion, it happened on more occasions to me. I walked out the car. Walked for me means limping. I drag my right foot, at times more, at times less, depends of everything. Whoever has MS knows that. For us, whoever faces limping, it depends of the day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And I sort of walked out the car when somebody bothered to use their time to just turn around and a bit raising the voice at me and ask me, why did I park there? And I just pinpointed the car that I hadn't displayed on the windscreen. And he was like, yeah, but only somebody that has a disability can park there. And I said, well, I have a medical condition. That card was given to me. I have to say, I felt ashamed again, and that's not right. I can't describe different. I felt not necessarily humiliated, but I felt that again, I have to explain myself that I have a medical condition, which is why I'm availing of this right. Multiple sclerosis brings mobility issues and might bring disability in some cases that requires a wheelchair. In some cases, it will require a cane or a walking stick. I still use my walking stick, but let's say I'll take it off my bag when I'm past a long distance, if I get too tired. Other than that, I myself try to push to use my body as much as I can. If they don't see you taking the wheelchair off the car, they question you. They wouldn't want to be in your body for a second. Then at home, it happened to me. I'm talking from my experience, and I know it happens to some of you as well. Not from my partner, fortunately. I have a very humble and human partner, but some of you don't. It happened from my other relatives that were questioning my ability to do housework. Why don't I hoover more often? It's because I can't. Why don't I keep the house more tidy than I already do my best to do so? I should do more cooking. That's a woman thing. There's a lot of things that family still expects you to do, when family should actually be the one that understands you and gives you that break off things. The last thing you want when you come home from work after facing a whole day, when maybe you had to pretend you're carrying on okay, when you had to push your limit with your fatigue to make it through the shift. The hardest thing you can face is coming home and get complaints. And it's abnormal to have to explain to family members that you're expecting love and understanding and respect because you have a medical condition on top of being a human and of being their first grade relative, for example, or second grade, or on which level you are with the relatives that you're facing, because I'm talking of a living issue within the family, within our home. Then when we're going out there, it happened to me, I was asked to cross the street faster. It brought tears to my eyes, believe me, because I had to look at the man and at the traffic lights. They have a counting seconds, how many seconds you have until you manage to cross and until the color will change. And I just tried to explain that I can't, just wait for me, I can't walk faster. It's empathy, it's lack of humanity. Some people need to take their time. Some people only get to be able to do as much as they can, and it should be enough. Family above all of them should be the one that waits for you home with open arms. Family should be the ones that don't judge you, don't describe you into words, don't use you, don't abuse you, don't humiliate you. And I use these big words because I was talking to some of you in private. Some of you have mentioned to me, have said to me their stories that are horrible, that are overwhelming only at the thought of it. I can't imagine how some people can treat you like that. And my advice will be to just break the chain of this thing. We are only given to live as much. I think we've done enough for the others to still keep up with their misbehavior, with their abuse at times. In some of the cases, it's not my case, fortunately, but in the case of some of you that have wrote to me, I found that you guys are in abusive relations with your relatives and that you deserve respect. If family is not the one loving you and respecting you within the walls of your home, then how do they expect anyone out there to understand you, to respect you, and to love you? That's far already. I felt like for people with MS, for example, it's hard to open up publicly and stand up for themselves, because at times some of you are limited by your mobility and you kind of depend on others, but still you have to stand ground for yourself. I had to not put my foot, but it's a saying, yeah, put your foot down. I can't because I'm limping. If I put one of my feet down, I might fall on the ground. I had to put my foot down in front of some of my relatives and to tell them that, look, that's the story, that's what I can do, and that's it. And I'm happy. I thank God every day for as little as I can or for as much as I can. Because other than that, I couldn't have put up with their attitude. I recommend you doing the same. Just say it once and for all, to stop all the explaining. Look, I can't because I'm tired. Look, it will take me a while because I cannot physically. My walking will take me forever in my case. I can't do that because I just can't. I have a spasmic day. My right or left hand doesn't help. Just say it once and for all. If you guys find yourselves in a restraining situations, if your partner, unfortunately for some of you, restrains your access and makes you dependent on them, whether you're a male or a female, try to look for help from authorities. A partner should be the one in good and in bad, forever and ever, for as long as we shall live. The big promise is with or without the wedding. It's a partner. What if if somebody that watches me now does not have a medical condition? What if you or they, in their case, will have a medical condition and somebody will mistreat them? How will it be? It's so normal. It's so simple to be human, to be kind. It's as easy as that. We were born with it, with the right to be respected and to be loved by the family. And then in the exchange of that, if we are expecting respect, we have to respect. It's basic. It's understanding. It's so easier these days to do bad to someone than to do good. I found that some of them find it so cracky to just laugh off the other one, sure, make a bad joke of how limping he is, how he will fall on the ground, how he won't be able to bring the spoon to the mouth, instead of helping them, instead of saying, hey, how are you? Let me give you a hand. Do you need help with that? It's so normal. I'm sending all the sympathy to you. I hope in my little video I've underlined some of the issues that you guys face as well. I hope this will bring you a bit of courage to start to put a foot in front of the ones that make you feel this way. Do know that if you do offer respect, you are entitled to respect. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on my next video. If you want to talk to me, you can write to me in private on Facebook, Selman Alexandra with X instead of CS, or you can leave comments down below. We can share experience, and that helps us all. Thank you. May God bless.